Hello and welcome to another episode of Aren't You Exhausted? I am your biggest bag bitch host, Ashley, and we're going to do another react to Amberlynn Reid's latest vlog titled Crashing Out as a Jealous, Unhinged Ex-Girlfriend vlog. This one is, I've already pre-watched it, so I kind of already know what's going on, but it's very, to the point. So I'm probably going to clip it down quite a bit to just talking points and a little bit of what's going on for context. Let's dive in, shall we?
Hello. So today is January 28th. I had to look at my calendar. I have lost time. Time has been lost because I thought today was like the 23rd. And what's really weird about that is like I say my dates in every video. So it's like my brain was not computing.
I'll go ahead and fill you in. They didn't end up showing up on the 28th, so she's supposing they're supposed to show up on the 29th. We don't really hear much of anything on the 29th because she's just so out of it. But there has been a lot of speculation going around, a little hearsay fluttering about in the subreddits and discords, and I believe in the reaction circuit as well. The commentary community has rumblings of that Amberlynn supposedly through the grapevine, it is said that her apartment complex only allows 2 animals under a lease, and that is the maximum. They will not budge on adding another one to the mix. And so it is said that Amber tried getting Beck to take one of the animals. I believe it was Rarity, to be exact. And Beck did not take said animal, obviously. Didn't have a place for said animal. Beck didn't have a place for themselves, let alone an animal. So they did the responsible thing. They didn't take an animal with them. And it is believed that Amber left Rarity in Wisconsin with Emily to forego having to find Rarity another home or have to undergo, I guess at the most it would be like fees that she would maybe possibly owe, or having to find another apartment. But that's just hearsay, that's speculation. It's, take it with a grain of salt. It's a possibility. Do I think that this is something Amber would relay to us if they had to downsize their animals for their lease? I don't think so, but Amber lies about so much, it's fully plausible that she would make up this elaborate lie to save face on the internet.
So I only got a couple hours of sleep, and that's fine, that's whatever. But I hate only getting a couple hours of sleep because usually that means my weigh-ins aren't the greatest. So I still have
Amber, I want to hold your hand when I relay this information to you. It's not the lack of sleep as to why your weigh-ins are not weighing in. It's because you're a snacker. And it's a thing to be a snacker, a grazer, if you will. But you're definitely that. I definitely see you being the type that would pick up little snacks randomly throughout the night. You have a fridge full of beef jerky or meat sticks and other like snack items and microwavable items that can be heated up easily or just tossed back and without really giving much thought into it. And that's where you're kind of sabotaging your weight loss. Not to mention all of the sodium rich things that you keep around to snack on, being those meat sticks, being those breakfast sandwiches that were in your freezer, stuff like that you're not showing the audience that you're having, but you're definitely partaking in those foods in private, which is whatever. But maybe not share a weight loss journey if you're not willing to share the full spectrum of it so that people have a good idea of why it's not working, and instead looking to you of all people. But there are people out there that would look to somebody in their same weight range, possibly starting out, for advice on how they should go about things and how they should handle things, and seeing somebody at their similar sizes, you know, uh, basically lying to their audience. It kind of is an icky thing.
I will let you guys know. I just, took a quick shower, got ready for the day. I took Twinkie out. I almost fell. Like, that was a situation, and I almost fell in front of the Amazon guy. Can you imagine a 500-pound girl falling outside on the street? I'm not gonna lie, it's hard for me to get up.
Yeah, what would she have had to do in that instance? Would she have to call Mama Lynn to come and help her back into her apartment, or would the Amazon, I'm sure the Amazon person would have helped her, or a neighbor of some sort would have tried to help her back to her apartment. But we don't want another ankle gate where we're getting walking pneumonia because we're not getting out of bed because we're not able to have an assist on walking on a injured foot or ankle or ligament.
So it would have just, let's not. Anyways, I also woke up and I was looking at my Instagram DMs, and wow, but someone sent me this awful message, and in that awful message, they said how come I haven't deleted any of my Instagram photos or videos with my ex-girlfriend in it. And it's because I forgot. And now that I have been reminded, it's like, I don't want to go look at the.
Ma'am, be so for real. This is why no one takes what you say at truth, because you lie so much that I think you are beginning to believe your lies. You didn't forget that y'all broke up because you're sitting here thinking about her 24/7 and crying about the loss. So, I mean, you're putting more mental space into the loss of a relationship that was under a year than losing your pet that you've had for 9 years, you know?
Those things, because those are moments where I felt so beyond happy, and it's like that happiness has been completely sucked out of me. Like, how.
Yeah, you were happy because this person was feeding into your addictions. Takeout food, gambling, takeout food, love bombing, takeout food, enabling you. Of course, it felt better than what you are at right now, because where you're at right now is alone and having to fend for yourself and having to depend on your mother. At least while Emily was there, you had Emily to depend on. It doesn't feel as dependent, I guess. Amber, you really need therapy. That's all I can say at this point. Therapy would do your body good. Better than that milk.
So right now, like, they're still up just because of the fact that, like, I don't want to stare it in the face. I don't want to see that version of me that was so happy, and like, they're.
But if you're going onto your Instagram account every day to read messages and comments from people, you're staring that in the face every time you do that. How is it any different?
There were times where I was with her and I felt like nothing could touch me. Nothing in the world is bad. Like, genuinely, there were times where all I could feel was love and happiness. I don't want to cry. I don't want to do this. I will be back in a little bit. Okay, you guys, so I ended up taking an hour nap, and
that mental gymnastics that she just did prior, that y'all didn't get to witness all of it, but the mental gymnastics took a lot out of our girl. So she had to lay down for a nap for a few hours. Just living as Amber is exhausting. Aren't we all exhausted? She's exhausted, obviously.
The inspectors never came. They did say it's going to be the 28th and the 29th, so I guess they're going to be here tomorrow. After my nap, I did weigh myself, so here it is. Day 3, January 28th. Alexa, what is the date today?
Today is Tuesday, January 28th, 2025.
Hello, it's ready.
Okay, stepping on.
502.6 pounds.
So she hasn't lost anything.
502.6, so stayed the exact
same. Y'all already know how I feel about the weighing yourself every day, especially if you are someone that struggles with mental health issues surrounding weight on a scale. Amber is one of those people. She has said so many times before that doing this to her does mess with her mental health, seeing the fluctuations. So I don't know why. I honestly don't know why she would do this to herself, but here we are. And we're going to have 10 days of it, apparently.
same. Okay, you guys, so I want something cold and sweet. So I'm gonna have one of these orange and cream fruit pearl cups. I tried one of these in my last vlog and it's literally...
Why does she have so much food in her fridge that is not on her quote unquote healthy eating? The Jimmy Dean pancake sausages are bomb. Coming from a big bag, those things are, they're good. They're fucking good. But this is just self-sabotaging. You know this shit ain't good for you. You know what you should eat. You've been 10 years into knowing full well what you should be eating and still choose to fill your fridge with this shit to sabotage yourself. And it's not to say like you can't have this shit every once in a while, but coming from a food addict perspective, all of this shit is just temptation staring you right in your face. If you're an alcoholic, you're not going to have a home filled with alcohol.
really amazing. So I didn't realize it actually says squeeze, shake, open, and enjoy. So I'm gonna squeeze, I'm gonna shake, I'm gonna open, and it's still all stuck together. So not true. So instead, I'm just gonna break it apart.
Why does it come with spoons? Why are we using plastic utensils? I am confused. I saw her using a paper plate earlier, which is whatever. If you're just having a sandwich and don't want to dirty up a plate, whatever. Plastic utensils, though, plastic silverware, why? It's just waste unless you're cleaning and reusing it, which I highly doubt she's doing. I'm like 100% positive she's just throwing all of this away. But how fucking wasteful when you can just use your own silverware. How hard is it to load a dishwasher or rinse and wash a spoon? You live alone. Like, what is going on?
You guys, I'm telling you, these are so tasty and satisfying. Cheers. All right, you guys, so I'm actually about to do my first members only live stream, and I can't believe in the last 24 hours how many...
We're going to skip through this because, for one, a lot of us have already seen this. And for two, this is a members only thing that she decided to share freely anyhow, at least the highlights of it, which I think is a smack in the face for those that had to pay for it, honestly. But we're going to just skip on through these parts because it's not needed.
I couldn't stop crying and I was missing Tommy and feeling lonely, and it was bad. I haven't done anything today. I haven't been motivated, and I haven't showed anything that I've been eating, and I didn't even weigh myself. Like, genuinely just like need a break from talking about me, from talking about how I feel, from talking about what I'm doing, from talking about my life. I just kind of need to shut off my brain. So that is what I'm choosing to do today. I'm just really tired of hurting and really tired of talking about it and really tired of hiding it.
I don't know if anybody else could pick up because I have headphones on and I can kind of hear a lot more nuances of things going on in the background while she's speaking. I kept on hearing what sounded like another person, and I know that can't be it. Like, who would be over at her fucking house besides Mama Lynn? But it sounded like there was another person there. It could have been Twinkie. Could have been Twonk just having an old girl moment, nuzzling on the bed or on the floor, and it was picking that up. But it sounded weird, right? I'm not the only one. Maybe I am. Maybe I am.
Okay, you guys, so it is the next day. It is January 30th, and I literally am only speaking about this because literally everybody is speaking about it. People are saying I am crashing out. I guess that's the new lingo nowadays.
That's so hectic. Hecticana.
I don't know. Am I acting hecticana? I don't know. But I will say I have every right to DM someone that I feel is a hypocrite. I literally was not going to speak about this. But of course, every time I DM someone like that has a YouTube channel, they literally show that shit. Clout.
I mean, Amber, for one, you're the same way. If you DM somebody, you show it. You hold it until you need to show it. You're not above doing that, for one. And I've also heard about the Rosie DMs. People are allowed to investigate things to find out whatever. It doesn't matter if there is intention behind reaching out or what. If anything, any information gave would be at the fault of Emily, not Rosie. Y'all are both super morbidly obese women with social media followings on the internet, and that's Emily's thing. I think it's a little bit insecure that Amber went after Rosie the way she did in the DMs or publicly, went after her to try to shame her for doing so when everybody's consenting adult. Like, if Emily were to have went that route, or Rosie had went that route, what does it matter? They're consenting adults who do not have significant others. You cannot, if the relationship is done, it's done. It's not like y'all were besties and that's like girl code not to go there. Y'all weren't. So no matter if Rosie was giving you warnings or novels beforehand on like why not to date Emily, whatever, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You can call it hypocritical, whatever. I also don't understand why Rosie had to go out of her way to profit off of it and monetize that beef, especially since even before having warned Amber about things, she was messaging Amber well before that, I do believe, because she was just a fellow big person on the internet and trying to give her advice, I guess. I don't know. And I don't know. What two consenting adults do outside of this, as long as they're not hurting anybody, it's whatever. It's on them. I don't know why it had to be internet mess, I guess.
Clout, clout, clout. It's really sad. Anyways, so we need to like back up a bit to 7 months ago when me and my now ex, Tommy, we go public that we're in a relationship. And then all of a sudden, people start popping off. And Rosie was one of them. She makes a video about it. And then she DMs me novels, literally convincing me to leave Tommy. Fast forward to literally a few days ago, me and Tommy publicly break up. And then I'm sitting there and I'm watching a Yo Mama live stream. I literally watch every single one. Even if he's talking about literally someone I do not give a fuck about at all, he somehow knows how to make it entertaining. So I'm sitting there watching and Rosie is on a live stream and someone like said, "Ooh, Tommy's about to be in your DM."
Go figure, she likes Yo Mama, who is someone also tied to talking to and hanging around underage people.
Since her and Amberlynn broke up. So Rosie reacts in a way that very much indicates like deep within she actually wants that to happen. So good for her. I mean, who wouldn't want Tommy?
How did she indicate that she wanted that to happen?
No. You guys would not believe how many people message me daily. I am telling you.
Okay, people will message you daily about things, but the ones that stand out to you are the ones talking about your now ex and somebody being in their messages or commenting on their photographs. Come on, Amber. Just, can we please be honest for once? You are a bitter ex who is bitter because they didn't get to be with their feeder, their Justin feeder, the Justin feeder line. That really is all you had to say. Yes, I'm insecure. Yes, I am jealous that this attention looks like it's being given and it's not me giving it. That's all you had to say.
On the constant, I am getting screenshots, I'm getting videos, people just like telling me, oh, so-and-so said this, so-and-so did that.
I also find it funny that she'll show acknowledgement of messages like this that are for a current partner or past partner, now previous partner, but she won't comment on other things being said, like the Libby situation. She just refuses to touch that.
A new Instagram user, they sent me a screenshot and they were like, Rosie's getting your girl. And I'm like, oh my God. So obviously seeing that, I'm like, okay, so we have a hypocrite on our hands. Because how are you gonna tell me 7 months ago when I'm happier than ever, leave Tommy, dangerous, like send me novels upon novels, literally anti-Tommy, to all of a sudden now Tommy is single and someone just put in your head a few days prior that Tommy might end up in your DMs. So you decide to show up to her Instagram. It's weird behavior. That's the way that I see it. Like, Rosie is a hypocrite. Rosie has been trying to be inside of girl world for literally ever. So am I jealous? No. Am I slightly unhinged? Maybe. Am I gonna call her out for like hypocritical behavior? Yes. I do not care who is in Tommy's comments. We are literally not together anymore. It's a fact that like Rosie is a hypocrite, and I have recently found out a lot of stuff about her. She acts like she's so perfect. Girl, no, like you're flawed too. But I just know so many people are talking about this, and it's just like I have every right to message someone who literally was like, leave Tommy, like no, don't do it. Like to all of a sudden like flipping their script and like low-key trying to get Tommy to speak to her. Like, why?
It's just Rosie's a big bag bitch on your level that you actually have insecurities about because they've been so anti the feeder community, which y'all were swimming in.
Like, okay. I mean, y'all can say I'm crashing out. That's fine. I mean, but it's more than just like, oh, Amberlynn's in someone's DMs because they were in Tommy's comments. Like, no, me and Rosie have a history. Anyways, I feel like I shouldn't even have to explain myself, but there y'all go, since everyone's talking about it and Rosie couldn't help but try to get more clout. I do want to end this vlog though. I hope that you guys did enjoy it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
So it seemed like a lot of the 30th was just dishing on Rosie and that conversation and the fact that Amber is a big insecure bitch. Like, I can't help it, she is. And you know, to be fair, she was only with Emily for what, like 6 months, 7 months, if that. They were long distance. She only got to see her maybe a few weeks their entire relationship. So like, it's not a valid crash out, but with all of the other mental health things Amber's going through, it's predictable. But yeah, the Rosie stuff, I don't know. Rosie has been like trying really hard to kind of float the line on being her own content apart from Girl World, trying to do her health journey, whatever, but then also simultaneously intersecting herself into Girl World with the feeder content and knowing, because she's also a bigger body person that goes through the same things as these other two, Amberlynn and Chantal, that she feels like her opinion on it would be appreciated from the community, when in turn people are just looking to her as another Girl World edition, as in she's just as messy as the other two, she's just as, you know, back and forth as the other two, with keeping with a weight loss goal and relying back on eating on camera for monetization to bring in views. Because at the end of the day, if you're coming from a feeder background and you know that you don't want that to be an association to your content anymore, why are we cooking and eating on camera? Why are we making that our content? And we get our answer from Amberlynn and Chantal. Being a bigger body online and eating food and showing your full body gets you views. Whether they're good views or bad views, they're still views, and you know what? At the end of the day, they're still paying you. So that's my take on that. But that is it. Short and sweetie. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching.